Hello, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and today we're talking about HBO's own John Oliver, who is a great comedian of sorts. He was never funny before he had his own show, but his own show is pretty great because he seems to have a really amazing research team, and he's killing it these days. He really is. And he created a video on unemployment, which many of you follow me specifically because you want to ask questions about unemployment. And a lot of those questions I can't answer, or you don't like a lot of the answers I have for you. Like when I say, you're going to have to keep calling till they answer. And you say, I'm calling 50 times a day, they're not answering. My only response is, keep calling. It's all you can do, right? It's really frustrating. You get really angry, and I understand why you get angry. It doesn't change the answer. I can't change the answer because the system is set up the way it's set up. Um, Anyways, he did a video, which he actually posted to YouTube. I'm sure it played on HBO as well, but I saw it on YouTube, about the unemployment system and how broken it is right now. And I feel like a lot of you don't always believe me when I say the unemployment system is set up for you to not get benefits. It's really set up to deny you benefits, right? That's the goal in most locales. And you got to watch John Oliver's video. He did a really amazing job. Just incredible. But one of the key moments was he played a clip of a speech of ex-governor of Florida, Scott. And in it, let's see, let me get the number. I don't want to mess up the numbers for you. And I think you should watch John Oliver's video, which I will link down below. But in that speech, ex-governor Scott brags to a room full of young Republicans about reducing the number of people in Florida who are on unemployment to a mere, I believe it was 62,000, in a state with a population of 22 million. If you think that number is wild, you're correct. You are correct. That is a wild, wild number. That is crazy. It's also not a great thing to be bragging about. Really isn't. In fact, it's such an unfortunate thing to be bragging about that now Governor of Florida, DeSantis, actually did quite a few talking appearances where he targeted ex-Governor Scott and essentially flat out accused him of putting up needless barriers to receiving unemployment benefits. Right? Now, is Governor DeSantis clean in this whole debacle? No. He had power for a good amount of time before the pandemic came along, and the errors and weaknesses of the Florida unemployment system was made really visible for everyone. But, credit where credit's due. At least he identified the person who did the bad thing. He just didn't fix the bad thing, right? It's also worth noting, I think another really meaningful moment from John Oliver's piece was when they kind of identified that Michigan, and in its efforts to combat unemployment benefits fraud, has a 70% error rate, which is a really big deal, right? So in 70% of cases when they went after people and accused them of benefits fraud, they were wrong. But it's not like these people generally could afford to fight, right? They had to accept it because they're not employed. They couldn't really hire an attorney. And so they ended up, in many of those cases, we'll say many, I don't want to say most, I don't know for sure. In many of those cases, they were paying a 400% penalty of restitution. 400% of what they received is what they were paying back. So 4 times what they received, right? And let's not even get into how many actual fraudulent activities they didn't catch, right? Just taking money, shoveling it out to fraudsters, both in the States and many of whom are international, right? I made another video on the international unemployment fraud that's going on. There's essentially entire collectives of people trying to run unemployment scams in the U.S. from a variety of nations worldwide right now. So, listen, I know the people who view me, many of you are viewing me only for help with unemployment. I get it. I wish I could be more help. I can't answer questions in many states. I can give you generalities, but I can't give you specific legal advice outside New York when it comes to unemployment. But if you're frustrated, if you're angry, and you don't fully understand what's going on, watch the John Oliver piece. It will, I hope, open your eyes, give you a better frame of reference for what they're actually doing to you, why this is so bad, why you're being treated this way. It's not a long piece. Let me see. It's all of 21 minutes. It's worth your time. Watch it. It's linked below. Hold your politicians accountable. Good luck, everyone.